Welcome in, everyone. I'm your host, Mark Kirkland, and this is Talk of the Town. This September, two special events in Washington, D.C. are bringing attention to Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. One is called CureFest, which gathers together hundreds of advocacy groups aimed at making pediatric cancer research a national priority. The other is a forum called Children and Cancer that will bring experts from around the country together to elevate the national discussion on childhood cancer and what strides are being made in finding cures. Joining us today from Washington, D.C. are three amazing people to explain the critical need to elevate this national discussion. Emily Belcher is a CureFest organizer and mother of a brave 8-year-old battling cancer, her daughter Caroline Belcher. Catherine Blades is a Chief Communications Officer for Aflac, which has given more than $118 million to the cause and is sponsoring both of these events. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Emily, if you don't mind, tell us a little bit more about CureFest and the goals you hope to achieve.
Sure. CureFest is a free event on the National Mall this weekend. It's a combining of the general public and the childhood cancer community. We want everybody to join together in one voice to advocate for children with cancer. Our goal is really to make childhood cancer a national priority. We want it to be a national discussion and make sure that people are aware that a lot of children get cancer. Their treatments are harsh, and a lot of times they're left with very severe side effects. So our goal is to raise awareness about childhood cancer and come together in our nation's capital.
Caroline, could you tell us a little bit more about what you've been going through and are going through in terms of your cancer and treatment?
Yeah, sure. When I was first diagnosed, I was in the hospital for a really long time. And I had to have a lot of pokes, IVs, and I had to take a lot of yucky medicine. Now I go back every 12 weeks to have an MRI and a follow-up with my doctors.
Well, Catherine, how about you? Can you give us an update on the efforts to find a cure for childhood cancers?
Absolutely. We've come a long way, but we still have a very long way to go. A half century ago, the cure rate was only 20%. Now, 50 years later, it's 80%, but we still have a lot of work to do because every child deserves a lifetime.
That is very interesting, and I know, Caroline, you've been going through a lot, and you're a beautiful young lady. We really appreciate you being here today. Could you tell us a little bit more about the Children and Cancer Forum?
I'd be happy to field that question. We are partnering with Atlantic Media here in the Beltway to bring together the greatest minds in research and treatment of pediatric cancer so that we can have a national dialogue about what's next, because what's next is going to be very important.
And Emily, if you don't mind sharing, what kind of support and treatments has Caroline received?
Sure. Immediately after Caroline was diagnosed, she had chemotherapy. She had 3 bone marrow transplants, and she had 6 weeks of proton radiation. Thankfully, that radiation was effective, and she's stable now. We've received so much support from our friends and family, and really the childhood cancer community as a whole. This is a place where families can come together and they support each other, and the children are actually starting to support each other too.
And tell us where we can go to get more information about CureFest and other organizations looking for a cure for childhood cancers.
You can go to CureFestUSA.org.
Well, I really appreciate all of you being here today. It's been a joy talking with you. I wish you the best. I hope everything is going great for you, and let us know how we can help. Thanks for bringing this to our attention here in the community, the local community. We want to thank you for doing all the work you do to fight childhood cancers. Thank you again. This has been Mark Kirkland with Talk of the Town at WLTZ NBC 38. Thank you and have a great day.